Rumors of a Xenos infestation beneath the great gun of Volkus have reached the Watchmaster. If true, there can be only one solution. A Deathwatch kill team is dispatched. These veterans of 100 campaigns from the Imperium's most lethal Xenos hunting chapters, armed with a single purpose: extermination. But the hive mind is a step ahead. The Raveners, the most monstrous vanguard of the approaching hive fleet, burst forth from the tunnels below, speed, muscle, and killing instinct. In the ruins of a dying world, the elite warriors and the apex predators collide. No time for strategy, no margin for error, only kill will be consumed. This is Killmark Collectors. What's up, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Today we have got a Killteam Battle Report on the channel. This is going to be the first of hopefully many of these, and if you guys like them, be sure to let me know down in the comments below what teams you might want to see in the future. I'm hoping to be doing more of these, and we'll just have to kind of see where things go. For today, we're going to be playing on the Volkus map 1 because, you know, this is the first time, so why not go number 1? And we're going to be playing also the number 1 mission, which is Secure. Basically, for Secure, you are going to need to go up to the objective, you're going to hit a button, and then that's yours until somebody else goes up and hits the button. You can only score a max of 2 per turn, and this is going to be, you get 1 point if you hold any objectives, and you get 1 if you hold more than your opponent. Now, today we're going to be taking the Deathwatch kill team as our first team. They're going to be rolling black dice, so anytime you see those, you will know that those are associated with the Deathwatch. And for them, we're going to be taking the 5 operatives of the Sergeant, the Aegis, Blade Master, Demolisher, and Gunner. For equipment, they're going to be having the digital weapons, servo thrall, bioscryer cuffs, ammunition reserves, and ladders because they get a 5th with the Sergeant. Team number 2, and rolling the blue dice, are going to be Hive Fleet Ningor's Raveners. We're going to be taking all the specialists, so the Prime, Wrecker, Venom Spitter, Tremor Scythe, and Fell Talon, with the Chromo whatever camo, the Metamorphic Flesh, Acid Blood, and Smokes. We're going to see how many times I forget Acid Blood. I'm sure it's going to be plenty. And while we're talking about forgetting stuff, I'm going to just go ahead and full disclosure, acknowledge, whatever you want to call it, that I'm going to make some mistakes. This is my first battle report that I'm going to be filming. It's also one of the first times I've played Deathwatch. They look like a fun team, but I've never really had the opportunity to play them. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mistakes here. Feel free to let me know down in the comments below so that I can improve for the future. And hopefully with this being kind of a learning experience, next time I'll have things a little bit more smoothed out. But appreciate your patience ahead of time. And with that, let's get into the dice rolls. For the Deathwatch deployment, we're going to have the Warhammer guy, the Sergeant, the Aegis down here close to the bottom of the board. Then up at the top, we've got the Xenophage Blade as well as the Plasma Gunner, because who doesn't love some good plasma? For the Raveners, they are going to do Ravener things, which basically means that most of them are actually off the board. We got the Venom Spitter, he's going to be on the tunnel here. I did go ahead and put the marker up there because turn 1, it's going to be up there anyways. And then the Wrecker is going to be up a little bit further, looking to secure the home objective. We're going to fast forward through turn 1. It's basically going to be the Marines moving up, the Raveners mostly staying hidden. The only exception for that being that the Wrecker is going to go ahead, move up, kind of get next to the door here. But overall, it's going to be a pretty cagey turn 1. Alright, so turn 2 initiative. The Deathwatch are going to get it. And I think that they're going to actually give it to the Raveners. So they will go up to 5 command points. The Raveners will go up to 5 as well. For the Raveners, first thing they're going to do is going to be to roll for the Prime. They do get an extra CP. Again, with the balanced data slate there from Worlds, they did need to get double of turn 2, so they had a 4-up chance there. So for the Deathwatch, their first ploy is going to be to do Shield that Slays, giving them the damage reduction, so that takes them down to 4 command points. Then the Raveners are going to extend their tunnel out, basically just going to keep moving that forward. Then the Deathwatch are going to pass, I think, because I don't know how much shooting there's really going to be, and I'd rather stay at the command point. The Raveners are going to use
Death from Below, just to give them balanced, or Ceaseless. I think it's mostly just going to be balanced on this one, and then they're going to pass. There's enough heavy terrain on here that I don't think that they really need the Tunnel Lurkers. So with that, let's get into Turning Point 2. So the Raveners are going to do Ravener things, and that is basically pass with the Trimmer Scythe for the first activation. Then it's going to be up to the Aegis here. He's simply going to go ahead and activate. He's going to move up here, and he's going to secure the point so that they can go ahead and start getting on crit up. We're just going to put a dice here just so that we know it's theirs. After that, he's basically just going to hang out. He's going to stay on Conceal for now and make it a little bit harder for him to get shot. Venom Spitter is going to say, you know what, we got to get this party started at some point, so let's go ahead and kick things off. He's going to swap to engage. Then he is going to move up here with his 7 inches of movement. He is going to then use his fully distended sack to take a shot at the Aegis that just moved up. This will be a light cover shot, so he will get to retain 2 dice instead of 1, and he's obviously got all of the other shenanigans. We're going to make this using the Focus Blast, but because of the Storm Shield, that piercing will be negated. So this is just going to be 5 attacks hitting on 3s. Let's go to the dice box. Venom Spitter shooting 5 attacks hitting on 3s because of the distended stack. That's a really good roll, actually. This also is lethal 5 up, so we've got basically a full boat there. Now, I think that what we're going to do is we're going to just retain one of these saves as a critical success. So that's going to be a 6. That's because of the light cover. We're shooting from vantage. And so we're going to roll 2 dice here and see if we can't negate some of those crits. We got 1. Probably should have actually played that strategy ploy. We're going to go ahead and CP reroll that. Alright, so a crit and 2 regular saves here. That's going to negate these 2 and leave 9 damage going through. Alright, so I'm going to be honest, that went way better than I was expecting it to. So basically what's going to happen here is we are going to end up with 5 wounds left on the Aegis. Yeah, the Venom Spitter outkicked his coverage there. He's going to drop a smoke on himself to end his activation, and that will be it. The Aegis will also get a poison token, which he will likely remove if he survives that long. The Gunner says, hey now, nobody blasts my buddy. So he's going to hop up here to the 2nd floor vantage. He's going to be on an engage order, and he is going to take a shot back at the Venom Spitter. Now, the Venom Spitter is obscured because of the smoke. However, we're just going to go ahead and go hot here. He's not going to be able to get any of the crits from the lethal 5 up, but with accurate 1, because he's up higher on vantage, blah, 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 we should at least be able to get a little bit more damage with the normals. So we're going to take the shot, see what happens. Alright, so I believe the way this works, because he's going to be on the 2nd story vantage, the Venom Spitter's on the 1st, he's going to automatically get 1 hit retained with accurate for vantage, and he's going to be rolling 4 dice here. Holy shnikes, alright. If only you could get crits with the obscurity. So this is going to drop 1. These are all going to go to regulars. Man, that would have been really nice. Go for it. That one's missing a pip. Interesting. We're going to put these all at 4s. So it's going to be 4 hits going through. It is going to be piercing 1 still, again, because of the data slate. So we're looking to save on 5s. We got 1 crit as a save here. That is still a lot of damage. We got the CP. We're going to go ahead and re-roll this other one. See if we can't fish for a 5. We don't get it. Alright, so that is going to be 15 damage through to the Venom Spitter. Ouch. Next up, it's back to the Raveners, and this is kill team, not points team, right? So we're going to go and we're going to try to kill some stuff. So we're going to switch to engage with the Wrecker. He is then going to charge through the door. He's going to get in control range up here of the Aegis Veteran, but stay out of control range of the Xenophage Veteran. And we're going to see what happens. Alright, so the Wrecker has run in. He deals 5 damage on a crit, so if the Aegis gets hit with a crit, he's going to be dead. let's go ahead and take a roll. He does get the crit, so the Aegis is just going to die. No need to roll. Yeah, so you remember that whole thing that I said about it being kill team, not points team? Well, that's kind of true, but when you've got a team that is looking to do plant device, yeah, it kind of becomes points team again. So I'm going to put a white dice here on this one just to mark that this has a device on it, and I will automatically score 1 point because that is the Deathwatch home objective. Blade Master is going to go ahead and activate here as well. He is going to, first he's going to try to shoot the Wrecker, so see if we can't get some wounds off of him there, and then we'll probably charge and fight, but again, we'll kind of have to see how this goes. Blade Master is going to use the special issue bolt pistol. It does already have piercing 1 on it. We're going to give it lethal 5 with the special ammunition. So he's going to be shooting here, 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. That was pretty bad. We are going to go ahead and use a command point to use Suffer Not the Alien to re-roll dice. Still not great. But we are going to get 3 through, piercing 1, so the Wrecker is going to roll 2. He does have a 4-up save, so he's going to save 1 of those. 7 damage is going to go through. So the Blade Master is going to just charge over here. He's going to stay, he's actually going to stay, yeah, he'll stay here. So he'll be there. The Wrecker did take 7 wounds, so he, with his damage reduction though, it does go down to 6 wounds, so math is hard, and we're going to have 14 wounds left. So this will be an interesting little scuffle with the two of them. But right back to the dice box. Right, so Blade Master is going to use his dual profile because there's nobody else to face sweep with. But we're going to be having 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, 4, 6, brutal, lethal 5. I probably should have saved the whatchamajigger, the Suffer Not the Alien. But for the Wrecker, he's going to be taking 5 attacks, hitting on 3s as well. He does not have brutal, but he does have that. Alright, so 4, 6 brutal. I don't think the Blade Master can stop or can kill the Wrecker. So if he were to parry, he's basically just trying to stay alive here. So that's going to be parrying 1. The Wrecker is going to hit him for 5, so he's down to 10. Then he is going to parry again to do that, and then the Wrecker will hit him again for 4, so that's 9, and then the Blade Master will just hit him for 3 because of the damage reduction. So not a great trade there for the Deathwatch. Ravener Prime is going to activate. He's going to unburrow from the tunnel, basically end up right there. And then because the Wrecker got a little out of position, but I think it was well worth it, he is going to actually be moving just 5 inches here. He does lose 2 on the tunnel, or for burrowing through the tunnel, so he's going to end up right about here and go ahead and secure the objective. And then he is going to stay on conceal so that hopefully we can't get shootsted. Alright, so once again we're going against the Wrecker. I also realized I never rolled any of those crush rolls, so oops. So Deathwatch Sergeant, power weapon, 5 attacks, lethal 5s. When you just can't get the dice to go your way. I think it's because this guy's missing a pip. We're gonna switch that one out. So we're gonna do that. Hopefully that changes our luck a little bit. But it's gonna be 5 hits. Now we're gonna go with the Wrecker. That is pretty abysmal, actually. So there may be some pain and suffering here. So the Sergeant's gonna go ahead. He's just gonna parry 1 of these, taking this down. Then the Wrecker's gonna go ahead and hit him. So he's going to do 5 damage, and then this time we are going to roll the crush roll. So straight up, 6 to 4, so the leader will take 2 additional damage. So he's going to take 4, 5, or he's going to take 5, 7 damage total, which will bring him down to 8 wounds. Then he is going to strike. We're going to roll for acid blood. We don't get it, so that's going to be 4 down to 3. Then we're going to hit again. Acid blood doesn't go off. Hit again. Acid blood doesn't go off. Hit again. Acid blood does go off. Yay! So he's down to 7 wounds, and the wrecker will die. Probably could have lived if I had done that a little bit differently, but the wrecker kind of did his job. I got the value out of him that I really wanted, and honestly I kind of need him to die so that the Fell Talon, or I'm sorry, not the Fell Talon, the Venom Spitter might have a chance to take a blast attack here in a second. Alright, so because I know that I'm going to knock this over if I try to do it live, we're just going to have the Warhammer guy who was underneath here. He's going to run out and settle there for a second. He is going to tap the point so that he secures that. He is then going to also reveal Plant Banner, which I'm sure is a great surprise for everybody, but that will be in the opponent's territory. Should be more than 5 inches from a board edge. Just realized that. Yep, we are totally fine. And then he's going to be controlling it. So that is going to be that for them. For the Ravener's Tac Op, they will get 1 for having a device on the token, and then for each other objective marker enemy operatives contest that has one of your device tokens, you score 1 VP. So I think that they don't actually get a second one at this point. So they're just going to get 1 there, and then if they wanted to get a second one, they're going to have to put another device on the middle objective there or on their home objective. All right, we've got an important turn 3 initiative roll here. The Deathwatch are going to have that.
Deathwatch will take the initiative, and they will start off the strategic phase by playing No Fear. That's going to let them ignore injury. The Prime is going to do a CP reroll. He's going to fail and take 1 damage. Then the Deathwatch are going to pass, try to save some of that CP, and the Raveners are going to extend the tunnel, and they're going to play Death from below so that they get balanced if they've burrowed, and ceaseless if they're on the tunnel.
Alright, so for the Deathwatch's first activation, they're going to go ahead and go with the Sergeant. He did roll and get a 6 on his Bio Scryer Cuffs, so that's going to be putting him up to 10 there. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and move him up. We're going to move him up here. He is going to be able to get a shot on the Ravener Prime. Could have probably tried to charge him, so I landed on the objective, but unfortunately, there's just a lot of there's not a great way to say this other than it's 10 against 20. I don't like the odds, so we'll see what happens here. We're just by shooting. All right, so can't re-roll anything. That's just going to be two crits regardless. We do have piercing 1 here. 2 regular saves, so it's just going to block 1 of the piercings. That was really not, or one of the criticals, that was not what needed to happen there for the Deathwatch. It's just going to be 5 damage goes through. After that, we're going to roll the hot roll, which he is fine with. Alright, so a bit of a whiff there, but it is what it is. Now, I think that the Fell Talon needs to go next, because if he doesn't, then the Deathwatch are probably just going to win this game, to be honest. We've got to clear that point and clear off the Warhammer dude. So we're going to roll for his poison attack first. That is going to be a 5, so D3 plus 2. It's going to be 5 damage, which is actually really important. So that's going to be 5, and he's going to gain a poison token. Again, I'll add that if he survives here. Then the Fell Talon is going to unburrow. We're going to go ahead and fight. We're still going to be in concealed here, but we're going to kind of have to see what happens. So this one is going to be an interesting fight. The Fell Talon does have the lethal 5+ shock, and poison. 5 attacks hitting on 3s. We will have the ceaseless and balance. All right, so the Demolisher veteran here is going to be 5 attacks hitting on 4s, 6, 7, shock, and stun. He does automatically reduce 1 damage, which again is kind of why it's important to see if we can't save a little bit of, or do a little bit of chip damage here before he actually has a chance to go. So first is going to be the Fell Talon. He is going to have lethal 5, so that'll be at least 1 crit. And then we'll get to reroll both of these, one for ceaseless, one for balanced. And we're going to get another crit, which is actually going to be really important here. So then we've got 5 attacks hitting on 4s. Oh, that is not good. We're going to check our ploys real fast because I want to see if I can use Suffer Not the Alien. So it does not look like we can do that because it is only fighting against. So he's got to reroll one of these if he wants to live. So we're going to have to reroll 1. We don't get it. So we're not going to try to chase here because I've only got 1 command point left, and I have a thought on how to use that. So the Fell Talon is going to hit with a crit. That is going to go from 5 down to 6, or down to 5 down to 6. Wow, good job, Brandon. 5 down to 4. That is also going to take away 1 of the regular hits. Then the Demolisher is going to hit for 6. Then we're going to hit for another couple here. With the damage reduction, even if he were to parry something out, this would still be 4 and 7. So he'd still die regardless. So he's just going to go ahead and do some damage on the way out. So the Demolisher does go down. That's really important because it not only allows us to get a model off the board, it also is going to allow that marker for the plant beacon to not be controlled at this point. May still be able to do with other units, but at this point he wouldn't be able to, so that's big for the Raveners. Alright, so Deathwatch, don't take kindly to that. They are going to have the Blade Master. He's actually going to move up. Still only has 6, so we're going to use his Bioscriber cuffs to see if we can't get some heals for him. Only one wound back there, so he's only up to 7. Still not a place where I want to melee with him, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to try a double shoot with the pistol. So he's going to be within 2 inches, so he negates the cover from the Fell Talon here. This is going to be the special issue ammunition. We are going to go ahead and give this lethal 5 up. This is going to be the first activation, or the first shot here with that. So 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, lethal 5, piercing 1, no cover. No cover. It would really help if I actually recorded that. So this is going to be the roll here. This is going to be the first one. We're just going to hold on to that for a second. I was thinking I might, this was why I was saving the Suffer Not the Alien, but that's going to be 2 crits and a hit. That's going to be 2 hits, or 2 regular saves. I think that, yeah, he's just going to go ahead and block one of the crits. So it's going to be 7 damage going through, so he is down to 7. The Fell Talon's down to 7. So with that, we're going to shoot again, because this is a bolt pistol, so we can shoot twice. That one is not bad. 2 crits and this one is just 2 regular hits because we do not have the special ammunition. We'll just leave that. A crit and 2 hits. Get it in the box, Brandon. So a crit, 2 hits. He is going to live on 1 health. That is really unfortunate for the Deathwatch. Yep. That's really unfortunate. Okay, well, he's alive on 1. Okay, so this is a bit hilarious, and if this was a casual game, I'd probably feel a little bit bad about it. But the way that this is set up, I believe that it's too far to be able to jump over, which would have been really funny and awesome. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to have to drop down. It's basically 2 inches to clear his base to get all the way across here, and then it's going to be a 4-inch drop, or 6-inch drop, because we ignore the first 2, so we have 4 inches left, so we drop the full 4. Then we would have to dash here, and which I can do if I measure from the front of my base to the front of my base is right yonder, which does just barely give us a line of sight onto the Ravener Prime. If I had realized this, I probably should have done this as my first action, but live and learn. Back at the dice box, this would have been a much better use of the special issue ammunition. But again, back to Brandon's a noob. Alright, so this is going to be 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, 5, 6 because we're going hot. Good lord, I'm so glad I saved that CP. We are going to use Suffer Not the Alien. We're going to keep the lethal 5 up. And we're going to end up with a 5, 2 3s. So it's going to be 2 crits, 2 hits, lethal 5. Let's see, we do a piercing 1. That's just the way it goes sometimes. So that's going to be save there, save there. It's still going to be 11 damage. So the prime only lives on 4. But yeah, that's quite a shot. Then we got to roll for hot. So he's going to do that. He's fine, and we are good to rock and roll. All right. So the Ravener Prime, we've got a couple of different options here. Unfortunately, none of them are great because we are going to get a counteract. We're going to have a counteract with the Deathwatch either way. They've got a couple of shots lined up. So the question then becomes, how do I maximize this? I think the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to roll for his healing. He's going to get 3 wounds back, so he's up to 7. And what's interesting about that, that's the wrong dice. What's interesting about that is that being up to 7 now, he's at least out of one-shot range of the leader. But I don't know if he is going to just get absolutely blasted by one of the other guys. I think it's a chance we got to take either way. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to go to engage. We're going to tail whip the leader first. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so the Ravener Prime has 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, 3, 4, range 3, rending, and silent, which we're not going to play with. That's actually pretty good. So there's going to be definitely some damage going through. It is going to be rending, so this is going to go up to a 6. And then we're going to have 3 saves. Alright, so let's see here. So we've got a 6. So just 4 damage goes through, but that might be enough. So then we're going to charge around. He's actually going to charge around the backside here. I'm just going to go ahead and apologize to all you folks that aren't able to see this. But basically he's going to force the Xenophage blade, the Blade Master back there, to make a decision on who he wants to shoot on counteract. Though he technically can do 2, I think. So either way, we're going to figure out how this works. Alright, so Ravener Prime, 5 attacks, hitting on 3s, 4, 5 rending. That was real bad. Oh, that might backfire. Hold those to the side here. Does have 3. Okay, so nobody wants to hit anybody. And there's no CP or command points. Although actually we're going to use the once per game stratagem to re-roll into a 1. So yeah, that's unfortunate. This is a crit with rending, so there's literally nothing the Blade Master can do, or the leader can do. So he is going to hit for 5. The leader is going to hit him for 4, and then we're going to just hit for 5 again. And yeah, that's going to be all she wrote. With the counteract, we don't really want to get in control range because there's bad things that can happen there. But the Blade Master is going to go ahead and take a shot with his special ammo bolt pistol. If he gets a full boat here, it's just going to be a dead Ravener. But let's see what happens. Hitting on 3s, he does get a full boat, so that is going to be dead Ravener. No need to roll anything. So Fel Talon goes bye bye. Go ahead and activate the Venom Spitter last. He's going to get a 6, so he's back up to 8 on his health. We are going to unburrow here. Where did I put the Venom Spitter? There's the Venom Spitter. We're going to unburrow. And we are just going to, we're actually unburrow like here, so that we're within 2, so that there's no cover. And then we're just going to do a Venom Spitter attack against here. This is going to be on 4s instead of 3s because of injury. But that is what we're going to be doing. So 5 attacks, still going to be lethal 5 up. Still going to be piercing 1. Not great. Not great. We're going to CP reroll 1 of those, so that's going to be another crit. And with piercing 1, you know what? We are going to chase it. We're going to use another. That's not going to do it. All right. We're not going to do any more. So that is going to be 3 total hits, 2 crits, 1 hit, piercing 1, and that's going to be a dead Marine. Glad I rerolled that. So that's going to be in the turn 3. Going to be honest, not looking great for the Deathwatch here, but by the Emperor's will, miracles can happen. So we're going to see what happens here in turn 4. With the score here at the end of turn 3, we're going to have 2 on the crit for the Raveners, 1 on the crit for the Deathwatch. We're going to then have the plant device still scoring just 1 point here, then nothing for the plant banner on the other side. So if my math is somewhat accurate, which is always debatable, it's going to be 5 to 5, I believe, without taking a look at the kill op, obviously. So on turn 4. All right, turn 4 initiative. All right, so Raveners are going to win this one because they get to play all the cards, and then they are going to go ahead and take the initiative. All right, so turn 4, both teams have 2 command points. Raveners go first. They're going to go ahead and extend the tunnel so that it is touching the leader. From there, we're going to go ahead and pass with the Deathwatch. They want to save both their command points. And then for the Raveners, they're going to go ahead and ride out of sight with the leader, just so that he can kind of get off the board for a minute here. I know that he can't end off the board, so we can't do that. But hopefully we're able to protect him a little bit. So that's going to be down to 1. And then from there, it's just going to be another pass for the Raveners as well. So we're going to move into the actual turning point. For the Raveners, the first activation is going to be the Venom Spitter. He's just peeking his head out there in the background. First, he's just going to move up a little bit here, just to basically get within line of sight so that he's not getting an obscured shot. And this is going to be a completely open shot for him. So unfortunately for that Dark Angel Deathwatch operative, this might hurt a little bit. So let's head to the dice box. He's obviously going to descend his sack first so that he gets the extra attack and the lethal 5 up. Also importantly, he's going to get another 6 on his health roll, so he's actually back up to 11, which is really important because that makes him not injured. So we are once again hitting on 3s. Those are going to be all crits, but not great. We are going to go ahead and use our last CP to re-roll this into another 1, because why wouldn't we? All right, so saving on 3s, only get 2 because this is a Pierce 1 attack. We do get one. We're going to use transhuman physiology to upgrade that to a 6. So he's still going to end up taking 10 damage, but at least he does still survive. So now the Deathwatch operative is going to go ahead. He's going to shoot back. The Ravener will get cover because of this. However, he's going to use his special ammunition to give him saturate so that he will not get covered in this, because no cover for you. Because it's going to be 11 damage total going through. So that's what we needed. So that is a dead Ravener. So that's his first activation, or first action. Last action here, because he is going to be injured. He only has 4 inches of movement, but that's still plenty to get him up onto the objective. It's probably not going to make a difference in the end, but he's going to do that. He's going to take that for his buddies, kind of plant the flag, see what happens here. Next, the Tremor Scythe is going to go. He's just going to move, dash, climb over, do whatever he needs to do. Basically be able to get on the center point and secure it. And that's his activation. For the last activation in the game, the Ravener Prime is going to unburrow. He did roll another 6, so still injured, so he's down to 5 movement, but that is also plenty to get him around and just barely onto the objective. Because of his crest, that gives him the Deathwatch operative -1 on control. So he is able to actually, with his second activation, come and take this back without having to fight and kill. And that is the game.
So as we go to tally up all the scores, we've got Deathwatch here with 3 on crit, 2 on tack, 3 on kill, and then they do flip over their primary, which is going to be tack op. They only get 1 on that because Plant Banner did not go well for them. I'm just giving a total of 9 for the Raveners. They did score 5 on the crit op, 3 on the tack op, 5 on the kill op, and then the tack op, or the primary op for them, is also going to be tack op. They will get 2 for this one, which brings them up to 15. So overall, very good, very bloody game. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of lessons learned here, both in terms of the play style as well as the filming and kind of the overall quality here. But if you've watched this far, I really do appreciate it. Looking forward to making more of these and hopefully being able to kind of get this channel going again. So appreciate your time, appreciate your eyeballs, and I'll figure out something witty and clever to sign off with at some point in the future, I'm sure. Have a good one, y'all.